देव जी। हम मूरख मुग्ध शरणागति, मिल गोविंद रंगा राम राजे। गुरपूरै हर पाया, हर भगत एक मंगा। मेरा मन तन शब्द विगासिया, जप अनंत तरंगा। मिल संत जना हर पाया, नानक सतसंगा। श्लोक महला पहला। विस्माद नाद विस्माद वेद, विस्माद जीव विस्माद भेद। विस्माद रूप विस्माद रंग, विस्माद नागे फिरह जंत। विस्माद पौन विस्माद पानी, विस्माद अग्नि खेडह विडाणी। विस्माद धरती विस्माद खाणी, विस्माद साध लगह पराणी। विस्माद संजोग विस्माद विजोग, विस्माद भुख विस्माद भोग। विस्माद सिफत विस्माद सालाह, विस्माद उजड़ विस्माद राह। विस्माद नेड़ै विस्माद दूर, विस्माद देखै हाजरा हजूर। वेख विडान रहया विस्माद, नानक बुझण पूरै भाग। महला पहला। कुदरत दिसै कुदरत सुनियै, कुदरत भौ सुखसार। कुदरत पाताली आकासी, कुदरत सर्ब आकार। कुदरत वेद पुराण कतेबा, कुदरत सर्ब विचार। कुदरत खाना पीना पैनण, कुदरत सर्ब प्यार। कुदरत जाति जिनसी रंगी, कुदरत जी जहान। कुदरत नेकियां कुदरत बदियां, कुदरत मान अबमान। कुदरत पौन पानी बैसंतर, कुदरत धरती खाक। सब तेरी कुदरत तू कादिर करता, पाकी नाई पाक। नानक हुक्मै अंदर वेखै, वरतै ताको ताक। पौड़ी। आपी नै भोग भोग कै, होए पसमड़ भौर सिधाया। ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋਆ ਦੁਨੀਦਾਰ, ਗਲ ਸੰਗਲ ਘਤ ਚਲਾਇਆ। ਅੱਗੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਕੀਰਤ ਵਾਚੀਐ, ਬਹਿ ਲੇਖਾ ਕਰ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ। ਥਾਉ ਨ ਹੋਵੀ ਪੌਂਦਈ, ਹੁਣ ਸੁਣੀਐ ਕਿਆ ਰੁਆਇਆ। ਮਨ ਅੰਧੈ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਆ, ਮਨ ਅੰਧੈ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਆ। ਥਾਉ ਨ ਹੋਵੀ ਪੌਂਦਈ, ਹੁਣ ਸੁਣੀਐ ਕਿਆ ਰੁਆਇਆ। ਮਨ ਅੰਧੈ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਆ, ਮਨ ਅੰਧੈ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, we're blessed today by Sache Pacha to be able to do the vichar of the third pauri of Shri Asa Di Vaar. In this third pauri, Tan Tan Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they explain to us the wondrousness, the ascharjata, the ecstasy, the bliss in the world. But those that aren't able to experience this, those that don't take the time that they have in this life to be able to take value of this heere jaisa janam hai, they waste it. Kaudi badle jaye. In the previous pauri, Sache Pacha, they explained to us the rules and how likhnave dharm bahalya, how Akal Purkh has created this universe and has placed the jeeves inside of this dharamsala. But in the midst of this, Sache Pacha here is explaining those that don't take that value, what ends up happening. When somebody goes to that court, what ends up taking place there, what vichar takes place there. But Pyaro, let's first look at the Shabad of Tan Tan Shri Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Pacha. They say that I am a fool, I'm a Mugadh. Pyaro, the difference between a Moorakh and a Mugadh is this. A Moorakh is somebody who is told something, but they don't understand it. They just simply are unaware or unknown. It's like somebody does not know how to drive. If they are placed in the seat of how to drive, that person will not know. So therefore, in the sense of driving, they are a fool. Meaning they are unknown, they just don't know any better. But a Mugadh Pyareo is somebody who knows but still decides not to follow the rules, who still decides to turn their face away. Sometimes because of our ignorance, sometimes because of our home, we turn away from the amazing vismad, the bliss in the world, and we turn to that which gives us pain, which gives us all of our problems. But Sache Pacha, here Guru Ramdas Ji is reciting. They say that I also want to experience bliss. I found many pains in life, but now hum Moorakh Mugadh Sarnaagti, Mil Govind Ranga Ram Raje. Sache Pacha, I am a fool. I fall at your sharan. I fall into your sanctuary. I fall at your feet. Sache Pacha, please bless me. And what shall you bless me with? Please bless me with the color that I may be able to dye my heart, dye my mind, and experience true ecstasy, true bliss. Mil Govind, so that I may be able to meet the master of this universe, the creator of this entire universe. Mil Govind Ranga Ram Raje. Oh my beloved, bless me with this, the Naam. The Naam, the experienced, to drench myself, my mind and body. And how do I find this? Gurpur hai har paya, har bhagat ek manga. I only find this Akal Purkh, this Govind, through the Guru. Gurpur hai, through the perfect Guru. I attain har paya, Gurpur hai, har paya, har bhagat ek manga. The one thing that I ask from my Guru in order to meet Akal Purkh is bhakti, is the ability to remember your name with full devotion. Har bhagat ek manga. This is the only thing that I ask. Sache Pacha, please bless me with this. Mera man tan sabd vikasya. You've blessed me with this bhakti. Sache Pacha, while reciting this name of yours and contemplating your name, my mind has become blossomed, has become vigasya, just like a lotus flower. At night, when the sun is set, the lotus flower's petals close. But just like when the sun rises, the flower petals all open up. In the same way, my mind and heart is now blossoming by doing what? Jap Anant Taranga, by meditating on you. Jap Anant Taranga, meaning many, many different waves. The one with many waves, the one that has created many different worlds, many different beings, has many, many different forms. That Vismad, that Ascharjita, that being that is within all of this creation and has taken on many different colors, many languages, different forms. The one with many different waves. The waves all go back into the ocean, but the one with many waves, the one with many worlds and creations, Jap Anant Taranga, when I meditate on that, my mind and heart is blossoming. Mil Sant Jana Har Paya Nanak Satsanga. That how do I attain this bliss? When I go into this sanctuary, when I go into the Sangat, the company of those saints. Mil Sant Jana, and I attain Akal Purkh, I attain God this way. Nanak Satsanga. This is the value of true Sangat. This is what true Sangat is, the sanctuary of the saints, the Sangat of the saints. When I go into their Sangat, I meditate on your name. I ask for your blessings. I ask for your bhakti. Sache Pacha, this is how I meet with you and I get drenched in your love. But I myself am a fool. I do not have the capacity or the ability, the buddhi, the intellect to be able to meditate on your name, Sache Pacha. Please bless me with this. Let's see what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha says in their very first slok to help explain this. Pyareo, the question was asked by Sheikh Brahm. He says, Sache Pacha, there are many different nads and veds and many different things in this world. What do you see when you look at all of these different things? Where did these things come from? And Sache Pacha, they recite these bachans. They say, Vismad Nad, Vismad Ved, Vismad Jeev, Vismad Ped. Pyareo, this word Vismad is coming in this salok again and again and again. It is repeated many, many times. But what is this word? What does Vismad actually mean? Vismad, it means wondrousness. It means ecstasy. It means bliss. It doesn't mean just surprise in the sense of that somebody scared you and therefore you're surprised, or you received a new gift and therefore you're surprised. This is not that type of vismad. This is not that type of wondrousness. This wondrousness, Bhakti Ravidas Ji explains. This wondrousness is that when everything else in the world is forgotten. Nothing else means any value to you anymore. This is that wondrousness that doesn't leave. If you go camping and you see a waterfall, you see the waterfall and you say, wow. This amazing experience which you are left wordless. You have no words on your tongue left, so the only thing that comes out of your mouth is either wah or wow. That same sound, wah. In this experience, but when you go away from that waterfall, you go back home, you go back to work, you go back to your friends, that vah, that wondrousness is not with you anymore. Meaning that experience was not permanent, but this vismad is permanent. This vismad does not end. This is the form of Akal Purkh. Bhakt Rav Das Ji, they explain in this Shabad how the world is a param. Those that have the ability to see this world in every single item, every single atom, every cell of this world, they see that vismad, that blissful experience. That's all they experience. They don't experience anything else. But those that aren't seeing it, they experience something else entirely. Bhakt Rav Das Ji explains this to us, Madhave kya kahiye pram aisa, jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. The way that you see this world to be, jaisa maniye hoye na taisa, that's not actually how it is. You are looking with a sense of ignorance, the eyes of a fool, the blind eyes. That's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji at the end, they say, Man andha janma gavaya. That you haven't been able to see this. But those that are able to see this, they see this world and they try to explain it. But the only thing that comes on their mouth, on their tongue is vah. In Bani we read, Bisam 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 hi pai hai, Lal gulal rangare, Kahu Nanak santan ras ai hai, Jion chak gunga muskare. Just like a mute person eats something very sweet, he's not able to say anything. He is only able to describe the sweetness, the experience of that sweet food by smiling. In the same way, the saints, Kaho Nanak santan ras ai hai. In the same way, the saints experience this anand, this vismadtai, this ascharjata, but they can't explain it with their tongue. They just smile. Lal gulal rangare, this intense experience, this color where your mind and body get drenched. Pyareo, Madhave kya kahiye param aisa. You look upon this world and you see something else. But the saints, those Brahm Gyani, this is called Brahm Drishti. This is called Dib Drishti, where somebody looks at the world and all they see is Brahm. Brahm meaning everything, all is Paramatma. The very first example that Bhakt Rav Das Ji gives is Jab hum hote, tab tu nahi, ab tu hi main nahi. They explain that first there was me, the one that was thinking. But now even my own thinking is not me anymore. I only experience bliss. My own thoughts were giving me pain. But now I am not even part of the equation anymore. Jab hum hote, when I was, then there wasn't you, but now it's just you. Sache Pacha, that's all I see. And how? Anal agam jaise leher mein odad jal keval jal mahi. Just like there are many, many waves in the ocean. When the waves come up, some they turn into very big waves, some are very small waves. The small ones have no name. And the big ones, they're given names, they're given identities. They're called tsunamis. Some are called typhoons. Some are called hurricanes. And they can even be given different names. For example, they can be called Charlie or Sarah. We give these names to them. Just like this, many, many different things, they grow out of this ocean. They have different names. They seem to be separate for just a split moment, but when the water goes down into the ocean, it was actually just part of the ocean. Before it was water, during it was water, and after it was water. Anal agam jaise leher mein odad, just like the wave comes out of the ocean and goes back into the ocean. But even before and after, jal keval jal mahi, it was just water. In the same way, the world may seem to be separate. I may have felt to be separate, but now I am truly part of that bliss. The next example that Bhakt Rav Das Ji gives, they say, Narpat ek sangasan soya, supne paya pakhari, achit raj bichrat dukh paya, sogat pai hamari. The king, Narpat ek sangasan soya. There was a king who sat on a throne. And while sitting on his throne, while ruling over his kingdom, he closed his eyes and he fell asleep. And in his dream, while sleeping, he became a beggar. He went onto the streets, People kicked him. People threw rocks at him. People called him names. People pushed him to the side. People didn't ask about him. They didn't ask if he was doing well. Did he eat? Unu dukh paya. Achit Raj bichrat dukh paya. Even though he truly still was a king, he was still sitting on his throne. But he went into his sleep. He was dreaming. He went and fell asleep. And pyareo, sogat pai hamari. This is our state. How is it our state? Because we have also fallen into the sleep of ignorance. We have fallen into the sleep of separation, the sleep of agyan, of homme. Sogat pai hamari. The king is feeling pain only because he's asleep. Achat Raj, but the king, the kingdom, his rule is still there. It still exists. But he does not see it. He's feeling pain. Just like that, we are part of that bliss, pyareo. We can truly experience that ananda around us. But only if we wake up. If we are asleep in our own comforts, in our own ignorance, then we won't be able to go and experience that. Achit Raj bichrat dukh paya. He experiences pain. Pyareo, this is our halat. If we wake up, once that king wakes up and he realizes, oh, it was just a dream, he looks around and he says, wow, I don't want to fall asleep with that type of dream again. I'm better awake. So he sits on his throne and he rules and he experiences that anand. He does not feel that pain of being a beggar anymore. But we are the king of kings. That is our true form. But then we get separated and we beg across the world for food and hunger and desires and people pleasing. We beg people for attention, for validation. The next example that Bhagat Ravdas Ji gives, they say, Raj pujang prasang jaise hai, ab kach marm na janaya. Anak katik jaise pool pare, ab kehte kehn na aya. These two examples, the first example is the example of a story which used to be explained to help explain what a doubt is. This doubt is explained through the story of a rope and a snake. One person is walking down the road, and while walking down this road, he sees something on this road. He sees a small squiggly shape. And in his mind, there's a doubt. This doubt comes that what is in front of me must be a snake, because he's walking at an evening time. So there's a little bit of light, but not complete light. Just enough to see what's kind of in front. Just like you may be in a dark room with a candle lit, you can see the shapes of things, but you can't exactly see the details within those shapes. Just like that, he sees the shape of a snake, and he says that there's a snake in front of me, I have to stop walking this path. But when the light is shone, he actually sees and he realizes that this is just a rope. I was afraid for no reason. I brought fear into my mind for absolutely no reason. It was just a lack of vision. It was just a lack of light. Now that I'm enlightened, I see it for what it truly is. Raj puyang prasang jaise hai. In the same way that I first thought that the rope was a snake, I thought this world was reality. I thought this world was true bliss. But now I see that this is just false. Kood sab sansar. I see this for the falseness that it is. So now I attach myself to that truth, to that true bliss. And through every single being, every atom, every cell, I only experience that now. Anak katek jaise pool pare. Just like with gold, you can create different bracelets, different kade, different jewelry, different statues. But when they're melted down, before, during, after, it was still pure gold. But now I've realized this. And now, pyareo, Bhagat Ravdas Ji, they explain to us that true Akal Purkh is not far away. Sarbhai ek aneka swami, sab kat bhogve soi, keh Ravdas haath pe nere, sehje hoi so hoi. So pyareo, in every zara, which we call atom, every little bit of this universe, Akal Purkh is residing. Akal Purkh is not far away. Akal Purkh is even closer to me than my own hand. And whatever is happening in this world is happening within that will, within that pleasing. But first, Madhve kya kahiye pram aisa, jaisa maniya hoye na taisa. First I used to see this world, but that was a doubt. the way this world is, that's not the way it actually is. Let the Guru shine that light. That's why Guru Ram Das Ji says, Hum Moorakh Mugadh Sarnaagti, Sache Pacha, bless us with this Anand. Mil Govind Ranga Ram Raje, help me experience that Naam da Rang. Shine that light. Pyareo, Vismad Naad. Vismad Ved, Vismad Ji, Vismad Ped. Vismad means that wondrousness, which is permanent when you are able to lift these veils of ignorance, these veils of darkness, and you can see that Vismadatai, the Ascharjita for what it actually is. Let me explain one small Sakhi of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha to help explain Vismad. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha and Bhai Mardana Ji. One day, they sat on the edge of the river named Ravi. And sitting on the edge of this river, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha would always say, Mardania, I'm very hungry. Why don't you play the tun of Kartar? Why don't you play the tuni of my creator? And Bhai Mardana Ji was told by Mata Tripta Ji, the mother of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and said that this son of mine, he does not feel hungry for normal foods. He only feels hunger for that one kirtan of my Kartar. So Bhai Mardana Ji would always play this rabab. And my Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they would sing this kirtan and they would go into this state of ecstasy. So they had closed their eyes and they had been meditating after listening to this kirtan for many, many days, with closing their eyes in such a state of ecstasy while sitting on this edge of this river named Ravi. There was a milkmaid. This maid would walk back and forth on the edge of this river and see the saint sitting there and meditating on Akal Purkh for many, many days. Many days have passed. She would walk by every day carrying milk on her head. She would walk back and forth in the morning and in the evening. Many days had passed, and she is thinking that this saint is truly somebody that's blessed. I see something different on his face, and every time I walk by, I just experience a different type of fragrance. And now, this milkmaid says that I'm noticing that this saint has not eaten anything for many days. So what does she do? She says, I do not have anything else. So she takes a little bit of milk. She walks up to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha one day. She puts the milk in front of Sache Pacha and says, Oh holy saint, hey Sache Pacha, why don't you drink my milk? I do not have any food. I'm very poor. I cannot bring anything else, but I brought whatever I had with me. Please drink this milk. I've noticed you haven't drank anything or eaten anything for many days. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha opened their eyes, and when Guru Nanak Dev Ji's eyes opened, such a glance of grace was bestowed upon that maid. Pyareo, she started experiencing such bliss. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha, they said to Mardanya, pour the milk. Mardana Ji poured the milk. Guru Nanak Dev Ji drank the milk. After drinking the milk, Guru Nanak Dev Ji smiled, and then Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, Mardanya, why don't you pour milk? And why don't you feed it to this maid as well? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Oh maid, drink this milk. You will be blessed as well. The maid was so filled with bliss. She drank the milk, but pyaro, that milk was now not just milk. That milk was now Amrit. And when she drank the Amrit of Guru Nanak, her eyes were filled with tears. A lotus flower had now blossomed inside of her heart. She was experiencing that smell, that fragrance all around her. She didn't see Guru Nanak Dev Ji Bhai Mardana. She didn't see the world. She didn't see the road. She didn't see the milk anymore. All she saw was my Akal Purkh. All she saw was the Creator. And now when she went home, she went to her master's house, who was the Lord, whose name was Doda. He was the one that owned the land and the cows in which the milk came from. And when she spoke to Doda, she was speaking differently. The look in her eyes were different. Her actions were different. Because now she was just living in a state of vismad. And Doda said, there's something different about you today. What happened to you? And she's saying that I've been blessed by this saint that sits at the edge of that river Ravi. And after seeing this, Doda said that I want to experience this bliss as well. That's how much this fragrance spreads. Dodda travels to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, bows at the feet of Sache Pacha with his hands folded, and he says, Sache Pacha, please bless me as well with the same experience that you blessed the milkmaid with. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, who are you? Dodda says, I am that person whose milk you drank. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, I drank your milk? And he says, no, you drank the milk of my cow. He says, your cow. And Dodda says, yes, the cow that I own, but the milk came from it. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha says, how did you get the cow? How did the cow become yours? And Dodda says, I bought the cow. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, how did you buy the cow? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, how did you buy the cow? Dodda says that I bought it with take, with money. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, how did you get this money? And Dodda says, I sold grains in the market. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, where did these grains come from? And Dodda says that I grew these grains in the farms. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, where they grew, that land, whose land is that? Dodda first thought that the land is mine, but then he realized what Guru Nanak Dev Ji was teaching, that Guru Nanak's light was now inside of his mind. And he says, Sache Pacha, that land is not mine, that land is Kartar's. That land is the Creator's. It came from the dirt, it came from the soil. So really the milk is not mine, really the cows are not mine, nothing is mine. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, truly nothing is yours, even I am not yours, even you are not yourself. Therefore, bol Sat Kartar. And now when Dodda said Sat Kartar, inside of his heart, such a blossom came inside of his eyes, tears started flowing. He was now experiencing that same bliss now as well. And now Dodda said that Sache Pacha, you blessed me with such anand that I'm going to name this city, because he was a rich person, he was the person in charge of that town, that village. He's like, in this place, I'm going to name a village after you. I'm going to call it Nanakpura. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha says, why would you call it Nanakpur? Why would you call it after me? Because if you are Kartars, then I'm just a Taddi of my Kartar as well. I'm just a Taddi, I'm just a singer, a musician of my beloved Creator. Why don't you call this city Kartarpur? And that's how at the edge of the river Kartarpur city was founded. Pyaro, through this blossoming, here Vismad Nad, Vismad Ved, all the nads, all the sound currents. We read in Gurbani, Baje Anhad Baja, Rasak Rasak Gun Gave Harjan Apne Gurdev Nivaja. All the sounds that are playing in this universe, the sound current, the tuni of this entire universe in which this universe was formed from. Vasmad Nad. All those sounds, all those currents, every sound that you hear, there's a root sound. If you ask Ragi sings, everything is inside of a rag, whether it's in one of the 31 rags or not. The sound of your car moving is in some sort of melody. It's in some sort of rag. The sound of a child crying is a different type of rag. The sound of the wind, the sound of the sun, the sound of bicycles, the sound of people talking. This is all in some sort of rag. All of that nad, all of the anhad shabad even, that is all vismad. Why? Because through that you are working. When I see around this world, I hear that nad. I don't see the world for what it is. I don't see slander. I don't see different people. I see that anhad tuni of Paramatma working through everything. That's why Vismad Nad, Vismad Ved, all of the Gyan, all of the light, all of the vicharas, the thoughts, the philosophies in this world, whether it be the Char Veds, whether it be the Simritis, the scriptures, philosophy texts, whether it be university scholars, whatever it be encyclopedias, all of this is just Vismad. When I look at it, I hear different sounds. I see different colors. I go into the state of Vismad, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says. When I see different philosophies, when I see different people believing different things, wow, I go into a state of Vismad. I learned so many new things. I hear so many things. Vismad Nad, Vismad Ved. I go into the state of Ascharjita, the state of pure bliss, this never-ending ecstasy. Vismad Ji, Vismad Ped. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha says that when I look upon this world, look, there are so many different types of beings. There are so many different types of people. Look, there are humans. There are cows. There are horses. There are trees. There are bushes. Even within humans, look, there are tall people, there are short people. Different paid. Whether something is tall, short, whatever it may be, but there's a house and a tree, but they're two different things. Therefore, look at that. When I look at the differences, I go into a state of ismad. When I look at just trees, look, there are different types of trees. There's a maple tree, there's an oak tree. When I look at these differences, even within that jat, even within that, I go into a state of bliss and I say, wow, look at the different types of trees. And when I look within a tree, look, there is leaves, there are barks, there are nests in that tree. There's the tree's sap, there are the tree's roots. There are fruits on this tree, there are flowers on this tree. Look at all of these different things that change within this tree. The leaves change color in autumn time. Vismad Ji, Vismad Ped. Look, when I look into the world and I see all of these beings and I look at all these differences in the world, wow, I see such a blessing. I see such Vismad that I go into this state of ecstasy because all I see is you. Vismad Roop, Vismad Rang. When I see the different forms, whether it be the forms of humans, whether it be the different forms of rocks. Look, there's different mountains. Look, there's different types of planets. There's the sun and the moon and different stars. And I see all of these different forms. And then within these forms, I see the different types of colors. I see blues, I see greens, I see reds. I see different shades of those colors within those colors. After seeing all of these colors, Vismad Roop, Vismad Rang, not just colors, but different experiences. Look, there's different types of bliss. People experience bliss in different ways. There's so many different types of Anand in this world. When I see this, I see so many different types of forms and different experiences and rangs and colors. I go into this state of Anand, this state of Bismad, this state of Ascharjata as well. Bismad, Nage, Firajant, and look, when I look in this world, look, there are some animals that don't even wear clothes. Some wear clothes, some live in northern or very southern, in Antarctica or in the Arctic Circle, where they always have to wear big wool jackets, where they have to live in houses, where they have to always have fire going, or there always has to be heat because they're living in snow all the time. They have to wear big coats, but then look at the beauty. There's some people that never ever wear a shirt. They could be living in the tropics. They never ever need to wear shirts. Even humans may be walking around naked. Vismad Nage Firajant, look at your humans, look at your animals, different creations. Some are wearing clothes, some are walking around naked. Look, they're all in the state of Vismad. When I look at this, I go into this ecstasy as well. Vismad Paun, Vismad Pani, when I see the different ways that your air works, the way your winds work. Some are hot winds, in which in Canada we call that Chinook, a hot wind. Sometimes there are cold winds. Sometimes the winds work in different ways. Tornadoes are formed. Hurricanes are formed. Wind blows and the pollen goes off of flowers and goes and gives birth to new things in this air of yours. This air of yours, this spawn of yours, it gives us breath. This entire world is working in this way. Look at the different things within the air itself. There's oxygens. There are hydrogens. There are so many different things within this air. There are carbons in this air. If you want to look at it in that way, but you can look into the depths of that. But truly Vismad means we cannot find the end to it. We just say Waheguru, Waheguru. We just look at the world and we go into the state of bliss. This is where internally Waheguru comes out of. You look at your Guru and you say Waheguru. You see something in the world and you say Waheguru. You hear Kirtan, you say Waheguru. And you look upon this world, you see a Kalpark within the winds. And within the Pani, look at the water. Sometimes it turns into ice, sometimes into water vapor. Sometimes people drink the water. Sometimes it's in rivers and lakes. Sometimes it's giving life to people. Sometimes it's destroying people's lives. Vismad Pani, look, when I look at this water, I go into that state of bliss as well. This water of yours is amazing. This water teaches me Nimrata. This water teaches me how to be fearless as well. Bhai Gurdas Ji says, Vismad Agni Khede Vedani. Pyareo, Vismad is that fire. Because look at how many different plays there are with this fire. That one type of fire is the fire in which we cook our food with. The other type of fire is that which lights this entire world. One type of fire is that which we digest that food with. One type of fire is that which lights the entire forest on fire and kills many animals. One type of fire is underneath the ocean, inside of underwater volcanoes, and it burns the ocean underneath. One type of fire is inside of our mind, which gives us this desire to meet God. And one type of fire is the negative type of fire in our mind, which gives us this desire to go out into this world and forget God, which destroys our life. And one type of fire is that fire of our vikars in our mind. There's so many different types of fire. Agni, even in the mother's womb, Sache Pacha describes as fire, but even Akal Purkh takes care of there. Fire gives us life. Fire is controlled. Fire is uncontrolled. Look at all these different plays of fire and heat in this world. When I look at this, Vismad Agni Khede Verdani, Vismad Tarti, Vismad Khani, even the earth is Vismad. There are cold regions, there are hot regions, there are desert lands, there are forests, tropical rainforests, there are oceans. When I look at this Tarti, even look how deep the Tarti goes. Humans have only scraped just the outer layer of the earth. But going deeper and deeper, who knows what metals, what things, what ions, what is inside of this earth itself, what is above, what is in different planets. We don't know what is on beyond many different tartiyan. Sache Pacha, you have not only created this tarti, but many patala lakh agasa agas. When I look at all of this, I go into the state of Ismad, and when I look at what comes, what is living on these tartiyan, I look at your char khaniya. Andaj, Jeraj, Setaj, Utpuj. These are the 4 types of khaniya. Andaj meaning look at those that are born from eggs. Andaj, Jeraj. Look at those that are born from wombs. Setaj. Look at those that are born from sweat and bacteria. And look at those that are born from earth, soil, filth itself. Andaj, Jeraj, Setaj, Utpuj. These are the 4 types. But even through all of these, there is still your light shining. When I look at these different forms, look at how many different ways you bring life into this world. I see all of this and I go into the state of Vismad as well. Vismad, Saad, Lagha, Prani. Look at this entire world, all the Prani, all the people that breathe in this world, they're all after different types of tastes. Some people like sweet taste, some people like spicy taste, some people like savory taste, some people like hot taste, some people like cold foods, some people they desire different types of tastes in fashion, in the way they dress, in the way they want to live, in the way they want to dress, in the way they want to speak, in the things that they want to watch. Look at all these flavors in this world. When I look at all these flavors, I go into the state of Vismad. Why? Because this is your creation. Vismad, Sanjog, Vismad, Vijog, Vismad, Pok, Vismad, Pog. When I look, Sache Pacha, you are the one that creates Sanjog. You bring things together in this world, and you are the ones that separates things. You make people meet. You make people meet Sangat. You make friends become enemies as well. Vismad Sanjog, Vismad Vijog, Vismad Pok. Look at when I see people, many people are hungry. When I look at this hunger in this world, I go into a state of Vismad. When I go and I look at all the people that are enjoying the pleasures of this world, some people are hungry. Look, they can't afford food. Some people are enjoying so much food. When I look at this amazing play of yours, I say, wow. Vismad Sift Vismad Salah. And when I praise you, when I hear people praising you, when I hear people talking about you and explaining you, doing your video that God is like this, when I see people, different religions, when I see different types of dharms explaining Akal Purkh in different ways, I say, wow, Akal Purkh is in such just different forms. He's making his pagats explain and do his video. Vismad Sifat, Vismad Salah, Vismad Ujjad, Vismad Ra. And look at those, when I see those people that are completely off of your path. This world is like a dark ocean where people are lost. Vismad Ujjad, this wilderness of a world. And then I see Vismad Ra, I see those people that are walking this path as well. I see clearly the path in order to reach you. And when I look at that path, I see the people following this path. I go into the state of Vismad. And this Vismad is what makes me follow this path as well. Vismad Neda, Vismad Dur. When I hear people, when I feel that Sache Pacha, you are very close to me. Asa mera Raam rahya Prabhu nikat vasai nahi har dur. Sache Pacha, you are not far away, you are very near to me. I go into a state of Vismad. When I hear that you are very far away, that I have to struggle, that I have to find you, Sache Pacha, I have to ban pihavale ik sathi ladam. I'm in this forest. I'm calling out to you. Dukharta harnama. I'm calling using this name to find you. And when I experience this, that you are very far away, I feel separated from you. Even that takes me into the state of Ismad. Ismad dekhe hazra hazur. And those that experience ki jara juhur hai, ki hazra hazur hai. When we experience Paramatma, you are everywhere. Jap Sahib is the state of Ismad, pyareo. Read Jap Sahib with the state of Ismad. Jap Sahib takes you into the state of Ismad. It's something that makes you experience Paramatma is Hazir Hazur. It's right with you. Sache Pacha is not separate than you. When Sache Pacha experienced that you are inside of my heart, even closer to me than my own intellect. You are Hazir Hazur. You are omnipresent. You are ever present. That is Vismad. I experienced that through Vismad. Vek Vidan Rahya Vismad. And whenever I look, Vek Vidan Rahya Vismad, those that go and look into this world, they see this bliss. Nanak Bujjan Pure Pag. Not everybody is actually able to experience this bliss. Not everybody has the ability. That is the unfortunate part of that is the play of the world. This Vismad, this amazing bliss, you can live your entire world. People can be doing your slander. You could be going into the world and people could be praising you, lifting you up, making you egotistical. You could have no food. You could have no friends. You could basically be living the worst type of lifestyle. But you could be living in the state of Vismad. And if you have this experience, you have everything. You don't need validation. You don't need people to pump you and say you're beautiful. You don't need people to give you words of affirmation and say that you are a great person. You don't need any of that. You have your Guru to give you the experience. You are already in the state of Vismad, whether somebody is with you or whether they are not. Vek Vidan Rahya Vismad Nanak Bujjan Pura Pag. In order to experience this, Change Pag, only by good karmas. The Guru makes you understand this and shines this light upon you. That's why Guru Ram Das Ji says, Moorakh Mugadh Sarnaagti Mal Govind Ram Raje, help me experience this bliss. Sache Pacha says, Nanak Bujjan Pura Pag, only with great fortune is somebody able to understand this. Now in the next Shabad, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha is describing, because Sheikh Brahm asks, he says, Sache Pacha, in the state of Vismad, everything is Vismad, but we hear with our ears and we see with our eyes. What allows us to hear and see? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, only through the Shakti. There's a word that comes again and again. This word is called Kudrat. Kudrat dissa, Kudrat suniye, Kudrat pau suksar. Kudrat meaning what we call the Kala, the Shakti, the power of Akal Purkh, the amazing Kala, the wondrousness, the wondrous act of Akal Purkh. Kudrat dissa, Kudrat suniye. Pyareo, we look at Kudrat. Sometimes we think that we are the ones in power. We think that we are the ones that think, and if we want to do something, we can do it. But everything happening in this world is happening through the power of Akal Purkh. Don't think that this world is separate than Akal Purkh. That's what Sache Pacha is trying to teach. Akal Purkh is inside of this world, is one with the world, and is working through the world. Every painter paints a painting, but there's no amazing painter, creator, statue worker, potter like Akal Purkh, because everybody paints a painting and they sit outside of the painting, but this creator of mine sits inside of this painting, sits inside of this creation and works through the creation. But don't look upon this world and forget Akal Purkh. Don't look upon this world and just get into the illusion that this world, oh wow, look at the great sunsets and the moons and the skies and the beaches. Maharaj says, Chacha chitra rachat hai pari. That this world's creator is great, but don't just look upon the world and forget that creator. The creator is within the creation, and his power is working through this creation. There's a Sakhi of Guru Amardas Ji Sache Pacha. There was a person by the name of Saavan Mal. Saavan Mal, who was a Gursikh, who was actually the Patija of Guru Amardas Ji Sache Pacha. This Patija of Guru Amardas Ji was with Guru Amardas Ji Sache Pacha in the city of Goindwal Sahib. And in this city, Guru Amardas Ji said that in surrounding the Sangat, the poor villages around, they need lots of firewood. So why don't you go into the bazaar? Why don't you go into the nearby city? Buy a whole bunch of firewood. cut a whole bunch of firewood and then bring it to the river and just throw it into the river, so then the river may carry it down to the villages. They may pick up the firewood and they may be able to use it. So Saavan Mal is about to go, and the mother of Saavan Mal comes up to Sache Pacha Guru Amar Das Ji and says, "Hey Sache Pacha, the place where you're sending my son, I have full faith in you, but I have a little bit of fear being a mother. The place where you're sending him, it is a very hostile place. There's people that do lots of black magic. There are people that curse people. I don't want my son to be affected by any of these things, just like sometimes elder mothers have this little type of fear, something might happen to my son." Guru Amar Das Ji says, "Do not have fear. If he lives in the hukam of Akal Purkh, if he keeps fear, loving fear, and lives in the pay of Akal Purkh, he does not have nothing to worry about." Sache Pacha takes their ramal, their handkerchief, and gives it to Saavan Mal. Saavan Mal takes it, and Guru Amar Das Ji says, "Hold on to this tight and never let go of believing into the hukam of Akal Purkh. Never let go of the pay of Akal Purkh, the fear of Akal Purkh." Saavan Mal goes. He was a devoted Gursikh. He goes to the city, and when he goes there, at that place, the king of the place said that everybody had to keep a fast, a vrat. But him being a Gursikh, he in the evening made prashada, and he started serving it to all the poor people that were very, very hungry. And he ate prashada himself. When the king found out that I gave a hukam, I gave a rule that nobody is to eat until the sun sets, but he fed people and ate himself before the sun set, bring him to me. He has to be punished. When Saavan Mal was brought in front of the king, he was told that you made a big mistake, and therefore he was thrown into jail. When he was thrown into jail, at that time, Pyareo, the king's son ate something after that vat, and whatever he ate made him very, very ill. And him being very, very ill, it seemed like that son of the king was about to pass away. The king had no other son. That son was the heir to the throne. The entire kingdom's hopes were on that king. And now everybody, which was in a state of bliss, because they were celebrating this Ekadasi, they're celebrating this day, this festival. But now everybody has gone quiet. They are in a state of sorrow because the son of the king seems like he's about to pass away. He's very, very ill. And Saavan Mal kind of feels this while he's sitting in jail. He asks, why is everybody in a state of sorrow now? Because just a couple of hours ago, everybody was in a state of happiness. They told him that because the king's son is ill, therefore everybody is in a state of sorrow. He says that my Guru is the giver of life. My Guru can take away all sorrow. I have this much faith in my Guru. They say, then why don't we take you to the king? The king calls Saavan Mal out and brings him to his son and says that why don't you ask your Guru? Why aren't you able to do your ardas to your Guru? So what Saavan Mal does, he stands in front. He reads Sri Japji Sahib Ji the Path with full love and full devotion. And when he stands and he does ardas, he does Sache Pacha, this son of yours is going through an illness. Sache Pacha, you are the one that gives life. You are the one that takes away life. Sache Pacha, why don't you lift all of the sorrow of this kingdom, and why don't you give life? Why don't you take away the illness? We have read Japji Sahib Di Bani into his ears. Gurbani takes away all sorrow. Saavan Mal takes the handkerchief of Guru Amar Das Ji, wipes it on the eyes and wipes it on the forehead of the son of the king, and asks Sache Pacha, please bless. Everybody is doing this ardas with such bliss that son of the king opens his eyes and he begins breathing again. Everybody falls at the feet of Saavan Mal. But Pyareo, this is where the problem happens. Saavan Mal says, even though he says in his mind that this is all because of my Guru, everybody, even the king, is holding onto the feet and thinking that you've brought happiness back into the kingdom. The happiness has now come back into the kingdom because of you, and because of all of this happiness, Saavan Mal ended up staying in that area. He forgot to go back to Goindwal Sahib. When he stayed there, he became the main spiritual person. He started thinking, everybody started saying that he is the one with all the powers. He even started believing to himself that I am the one that brought back to life to him. He forgot that this was the Shakti, Akal Purkh was working through all of these aspects of life. He forgot and he started thinking that I am the one that works. I had the power. He became the Guru himself. And when his words stopped coming true, whatever he would say, nothing would work. Any ardas that he would do, nothing would work. People started saying to him, the first, whatever you used to say, it would happen. And now whatever you say, the opposite happens. You are not in control of anything. And before he realizes that all my organs, all my faults are going to come out in front of the world and people are going to blame me, he says that I need to run back to Goindwal Sahib. He goes and falls at Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah's feet and says, Sache Paatshah Maharaj, I've forgotten. I've separated myself from you for such a long time. Please bless me. And Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah says that never forget that Akal Purkh is the one that is doing any Shakti that you have. It is not because of you. Akal Purkh and the Guru works through you. If you think you are separate, the most darkest place that you can be is thinking that you are equal and as powerful as Akal Purkh. And Sache Paatshah here they say that those people that think they are equal through his Kudrat, Sache Paatshah destroys them as well. Sache Paatshah throws them into Maya as well. Sache Paatshah completely separates them and diminishes them from the world. So here this Kudrat, never ever forget this Kudrat. Never forget that the Shakti of Akal Purkh is working through this. And that is the Vismad. Kudrat dissa, Kudrat suniye, anything that you see, anything that you hear, that is working through the Kudrat. Anything that people are going after, people are fearful of things, and through this fear, people fall in love and they experience such anand, they experience sukh, they experience the ocean of sukh. This is all through your Kudrat. You bless them with bhakti and attach them to yourselves. When people, they see things, everything that we see is Kudrat, meaning working through the Shakti of Akal Purkh. Akal Purkh works through the Kudrat. You look at the world and you say, wow, what wondrous nature. But this nature is not self-sustaining. Akal Purkh is self-sustaining. This nature is only sustained because Akal Purkh is working through that. In the same way, Pyareo, look at this. My hand and my nose, they give different signals to my brain. My mind is the one that knows my hand and my nose. But my hand does not know what my nose is smelling. My nose does not know what my hand is smelling. My eyes do not know what my tongue tastes. My tongue does not know what my eyes see. But if they work through the mind is the knower of all of that. In the same way, all of the creations, all of the beings in the world, they do not know what each other are doing. They do not know the state of each other. But my Paramatma, who is the Adhishtan, who is the Asra, the support, the light illuminating behind everything, that Paramatma knows everything. Is Antarjami, Kudrat dissa, Kudrat suniye. Anything that you see, anything that you hear is working, is the Shakti of Akal Purkh. Kudrat pata li akasi, Kudrat sarb akar. And what is working? Look at all of the continents. Look at all of the tartiyan. Look at all of the realms. Kudrat pata li akasi. Look at all the skies. The way the sky works, this is all through your Shakti as well. May I never think that we have control over what Kudrat does. Or may we never ever have this control or this thinking that where we think that we own the land and we can control the land. No, this is all within your hukam. We must accept and live according to your hukam. This is what true bliss is. Kudrat pata liya kasi, Kudrat sarb akar. And when I look at all of these forms which are created, these are working through your Shakti, your power. When I look and it says Kudrat Ved Puran Kateba, Kudrat Sarva Vichar, look at all of the Vidya, the knowledge in the world. Look at all the philosophies, different religions. Look at all of the different intellectuals, their discussions that they do, their vichar that they do, whether it's low intellect, whether it's high intellect, it is your power that's working through them. We never ever think that I control it. Pyareo, Sache Paatshah, you control everything. Kudrat Ved Puran Kateba, you have written the Katabs, the Qurans, all of the Veds. Kudrat Sarba Vichara, all of the contemplation, all of the thoughts, the philosophies, they are yours as well. Kudrat Khana Pina Pennan. The way that we eat, Pyaro, look at the amazing way that we eat. We eat the food. We grow the food, we eat it, we taste it, it goes into our stomach. And then the stomach digests the food. It goes into our body. It turns into different nutrients. It turns into different, what we call glucose and different sugars which give energy to our body. The way that we eat, the way that we drink, the way that we wear things as well. Kudrat khana pina pendant. Don't think that we're the one that eats. Don't think the way that we wear things. We have the ability to wear what we want. No, pyareo. Akal Purkh is the one that is working through all of this Shakti. Even us thinking that I am about to do this, Akal Purkh's light is allowing you to do that. Kudrat sarv pyar. And look, eating, drinking, and wearing clothes. This is what we socially do in life. This is how we fall in love with people. This is how we socially interact. All of this social interaction, the way society is working as well. This is all your Qudrat. You are working through all of this as well. Qudrat sar pyar, all types of love. People face towards the world and fall in love with Maya. That is your Qudrat as well. And all that love that is directed towards Paramatma, towards you, that is your Qudrat as well. Qudrat jati, jinsi, rangi. Look at all the different jats. Whether it be different species, whether it be different types of what we call, look, the people in Canada, the people in Australia, the people in Africa, the people in China, they look slightly different. Look at this. This is all your wondrousness. When I look into this, not only do I go into the state of Ismad, but this is all your power working through this. And all the jinsiya, whether we have the horses, we have camels, we have donkeys, different variations within the species. Qudrat jati, jinsi, rangi, all of these different colors, these are all within your Qudrat as well. Qudrat ji jahan, this entire creation in which all of these jeeves which you've placed, all of this has been created within you as well. Qudrat nekiyan, Qudrat badiyan, Qudrat maan abman, all the great things people do in this world, they're all because of you, which we call great actions, donating to people, which we ask loving people. Qudrat nekiyan, Qudrat Badiyan, all of the bad actions, that is all within your power as well, all your Qudrat. The people that commit crimes, the people that lie and slander and do Nindya, Sache Pacha, this is all part of your creation as well. Qudrat maan abman, all of the people that get praised, that have pride within themselves, and all of the people that get egotistical, that is all within your Qudrat. Only because of this pride, a lot of things in this world, the way they function. If everybody was humble, then this world would function in a lot different way. But this is all your power as well. Qudrat paun pani basantar. All of the air, the water, this is all within your Qudrat, and even the basantar meaning fire. Qudrat tarti khak, even the tarti, the earth, khak meaning the dust, the dirt. All five elements, the way this world comes together to be with the five elements. Our body is made up of five elements. The entire world is created with these five elements, the way they are joined. We don't have the ability to join five elements. We don't have the ability to create things out of nowhere. But Sache Pacha, you do. You create the mind. Our body is made up of all five elements. Our blood is made up of majority of water, but it contains all five elements. Our bones are made up of majority earth, but it contains all five elements. Our lungs, the air in our body, it is made up of majority pavan, but it contains all five elements. Our mind, it contains space, but it contains all five elements as well. Only you have the ability to put all of this together. That's why sab teri kudratum qadr karta. All of this creation is yours. You are the master of it. You own it. You are the creator of it. Paki nai pak, and all this praise is yours. You are pavitr. You are the one, the master behind all of this. What can we say about your praise? You are just within yourself, and you are the one that permeates through all of it. Nanak hukm hai andar vikhe, varta tako taap. All of this is within your hukum. You sit inside of it and you watch it, because what else is there? There's only you. Now in the Pauri Pyaro, in just a few minutes, let's go through this Pauri, because we spoke about all of the amazing ascharj, vismad things in the world, and we watched how this entire creation is being put together, how Akal Purkh Sache Pacha's energy, Shakti, works through us, but those people that don't see it. Pyareo, in the previous party we spoke about, Likhnav Taram Bahalya. Obviously, those that connect to this Paramatma, they go into the state of bliss. They are Jivan Mukt. Jivan Mukt So Akhiya we spoke about last time. But today we're speaking about those that do not experience it. Look at what you're missing out. The reason why Guru Arjan Dev Ji added this slok and this mahalle to this pauri, or to show you, look at what you're missing out. Mara says, Man andha janam gavaya. Oh, you blind fool. You have missed out on so much. You living in your own ignorance. You living out in your own pleasures, your false pleasure, just like a safflower. This color fades away. It is not true. You are attaching yourself to false flavors, false pleasures. These come and these go after every pleasure. There is pain. But if you go after this sukh, there is no pain. You will only experience vismad. But these people, apine pog pog ke hoye pasmad paur sadaya, they go and experience and they go into the taste, the pleasures of the world. They act in this. They enjoy these things. But when it comes time to go, pasmad, meaning all of these pleasures are turned into ashes and piled on one side. Your body is now dead. Your body has now been burnt and your body is piled into ashes onto one side. Paur sadaya. And now you have to go into the parlok. You have to go into the next world. And what happens there? Vadda hua dunidar. In this world, you may have been acting very, very big and showing the world that this is who I am. I control this many lands, this many businesses. This is who I am. I have such a great family. I have so many assets. Vadda hua dunidar. Gal sangal kat chalaya. But because you've done so many ogan. Now, all of these attachments that you've made, they've turned into your chains. These chains are put around your neck now, and you are pulled. You are pulled all the way there. We read in Bani, Nanak ogan jetare tete gali janjeer. In the way that you have done all of these ogan, all of these sins you've committed, they have now turned into your chains around your neck, and they are now pulling you all the way to Nark and all the way to hell. Vadda hua dunidar gal sangal kat chalaya. They are now pulling you, and now you have to go that way. Agge karni kirat vachiya behlekha kar samjaya. When you go into the court of Akal Purkh, when you go into the court of Dharmraj, Dharmraj sits there and he explains to you what you have done. Your accounts are opened up. Chitragupt have been writing down every single action that you do, whether it's in front of the world or whether it's behind closed doors. And agge karni kirat vachiya, there in the next world, karni kirat vachiya, everything that you've done, all actions you've done, they are going to be shared and they're going to be discussed. They are going to be announced to everybody. Behleka kar samjaya, and Dharmraj is going to sit in front of you and explain to you, Tira lekha eya, this is what you have done, this is what you haven't done. There you cannot complain. Just like we write an exam. For an example, somebody goes through all of high school. They complete their 12 years, they complete grade 12. And after completing all of this school, they apply for university, they apply for post-secondary. And then, based on those results and how they worked and studied and their exams, based on the previous 12 years or what they've done in that 12th year, once you've applied, then it's just the waiting time. The results are announced to you that you have been accepted or you haven't been accepted. In the same way, your results are being told to you. This world is a test. Do not fail this test. ਬਹਿਲੇਖਾ ਕਰ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਆ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਇੰ ਟੂ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਟੂ ਯੂ ਬੜੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਧਰਮਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਆ that this is what you've done, these are your faults. Let's look at every single account. Let's look at when you were young. Let's look at when you did this in your youth. Let's look at this when you did this after your marriage. Let's look at this in your business, you did this, and when you were very old you still were doing this. You never let go of your attachments. You never once remembered Akal Purkh. Behlekha kar samjaya. Thao na hovi paundai. Thao na hovi. You have no place. Paundai meaning thode sir de vich shittar vi pehnge. You're not going to find any place to sit, and you're going to find chappala. Shoes are going to be beaten into your head. Hun suniye kya ruaya. But now that you're crying, it's too late. You've missed your chance. Hun suniye kya ruaya. The Jamdoots will explain to you that we can hear you crying now, but we can't do anything about you. Your crying means nothing to us anymore. Man anda janam gavaya. That now you've wasted your entire life living blindly. And this janam that you had. Guru Nanak Dev Ji describes Pai prapad manukh de huriya. Gobind milan ki eh teri bariya. That this was your chance to meet Akal Purkh, but this is not what you did. You could have experienced Vismad Nad, Vismad Vid, Vismad Ji, Vismad Bid, but you didn't do any of that. That's why Sache Pacha is saying, don't waste this life, experience that. And that's why Guru Ramdas Ji, if we go back to the Shand, Guru Ramdas Ji says, Ham Moorakh Mugadh Sarnaagti Mil Gobind Ranga Ram Raji Sache Pacha, I am a Moorakh. I have wasted my entire life away. Bless me with this Anand so I can truly experience this Anand of yours. Gurpura Har Paya. Through the Guru it is found. My mind and body, Mera Mantan Sabda Vigasya, is truly experiencing all of this Anand by experiencing and contemplating your name. Sache Pacha, I go into your Sangat. And I can experience those Pyareo. Don't waste this life. Go into Sangat. Connect to the Guru. The Guru will connect you to Paramatma and help you experience all of this Anand so you don't waste your life uselessly, so you can experience Anand and bliss in your life as well. This is what Sache Pacha is explaining it to us in this body. So प्यारेओ विचारां करदियां एक नहीं अनेक प्रकार दियां भुलां चक्कां गलतियां हो गईयां ने अनजान बच्चा समझ के माफ़ कर देना जी गज वज के फतेह बुलाओ वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह.